You look about on this dark blue sand, and you see these holes that were made by something. And given their pattern, it's definitely something that was moving. And these seem to be pretty much sharp ends of legs or claws, maybe.
Like a centipede?
Something like, but with definitely fewer legs than that. Somewhere in the range between 4 or 6. Distance, you're able to see a couple of segmented stalks just kind of popping out of the dark blue sand. They look similar to Terran cactus, but they're also um, they're um, they're actually orange in color and contrast against the dark blue sand and a little bit against the yellow sky. They're not completely prickly, just segmented with a whole lot of spikes at the very top.
They seem to be on a track of some sort of creature.
Is it dangerous?
Word of wise, assume everything is dangerous if you don't know it.
My stance will shift a little bit more to be more upright, keeping a hand on my sword and shield combo while still keeping Tana close.
Mm-hmm.
Now I will actually get the auto rifle shouldered, like comfortably at a down low.
Right. Realizing that something is up, you go ahead and you get the rifle ready. Argus, you go ahead and you kind of roll your shoulders a little bit, realizing that you have, we're going to say collapsible weaponry located into your gauntlets. Able to spring out and unfold at a moment's notice. When all of a sudden, Brave Stride, you've seen it. One of those 4 stalks in the distance twitched.
I will point at the movement.
Mm.
I'm keeping my eyes open for any movement that comes closer to us.
All right. Everything gets quiet. Everything gets still. The breeze picks up once again on this planetoid, and the breeze is heavy with the scent of, well, you guys would know it as bleach or Clorox or something, right? But a heavy chlorinated smell still is in the breeze. It has been ever since you guys made Planetfall. But after everyone gets still, the other 3 begin to twitch.
Miss Tana, please take this, and I'm gonna hand her my my pistol, my light pistol,
Anyway,
just in case.
um, I don't know how to use this. But listen, it's going to be fine. We're close. I mean, they're just, what?
There's something out there. Big thing you have to remember with this is you point and pull the trigger. That is all you need to know. I will try to do my rest.
I'm not a complete idiot, Argus.
You're far smarter than I am, but apparently you don't know how to use a simple gun.
I'm just saying I'm not trained in the particulars, the details.
It's not the details you need to know. Right now it's instinct and keeping cool. But right now is the time to be calm and collected.
You tell her that, and when you look back at the stalks, there's only 3 now. Brave Stride, you didn't take your eyes off of them. You saw one of them quickly descend into the sand.
It's under the sand.
I gathered as much, as I'm going to start pulling out my sword and shield at this point in time. Keeping Tana very close to me, not like necessarily behind me, but more off to my side so I can still reach out with the shield if something comes out her way.
Right. You go ahead, whip out that handle. With just a press of the switch, immediately this substance kind of almost pours out before finally hardening and sharpening into the blade. While all of a sudden this energy lattice becomes apparent onto your forearm and eventually materializes your shield. Take your stance. And even though your name is Argus, right there by your eye, as you pull the blade over, getting ready to strike whatever may come at either you or Tana, you can't help but out of your peripheral see the manufacturing name on your sword that also says Argus. They do make the best weaponry. All of a sudden, the sand underneath your feet begins to rumble and shake.
I'm going to push Tana back a little bit as I try to get her out from the, I suppose drainage spot is a good phrase for it.
Right? You begin to back up, brave stride, you do so as well, as all of a sudden, exploding in front of you and behind you are these two massive creatures that are similar to scorpions, except that they have two tails. Each one is about the size of a minivan. And instead of these pincers that would normally be in the front of a scorpion, it's actually a collection of tentacles and tendrils. These creatures, like I said before, are orange in color. And
Kind of Cthulhu-esque nonsense are you throwing at us now?
it's going to be all right. But it is that time. Argus,
In it,
brave stride,
in it.
roll for initiative.